boys. God calls you to be more. So do not be a coward that confides in comfort. You know that you all have a vision for yourselves. You all know that you have a purpose. Whether or not you've discovered it, whether or not you've found it yet, you all have one. So every time you give in to the temptations of things like lust, overeating, eating sugary stuff, not going to bed on time, not getting up when you said you're going to get up, missing a training session, every time you give in, every time you compromise, you move further away from your purpose, and you move further away from the man who you need to become in order to fulfill your purpose, the man who can. Every time you give in, you distance yourself from your purpose. Every time you give in to the temptation, you blind yourself from the vision. You become distracted. You become weaker. You become less of a man, or less. You become further away from your purpose, from your vision, and a man who is further away. So you're just distracting yourself. You're becoming complacent. Every time you take a step further. So imagine this: if your goal is to get shredded, and you know you don't want to eat any chocolate, you said that, no sugar. If you think, just this one time, let me eat it, you're moving further away from your purpose. And you're also saying that the act of being disciplined, the act of not eating this chocolate bar, will not get me the results, and that my way's better. God knows the way. He told us to be disciplined. He told us to love discipline. So every time you eat that chocolate bar, you're saying my way is better than God's way. If your goal is to get shredded, every time you eat that chocolate bar, you're moving further away, you're getting distracted, and you're clouding yourself from the vision. You clearly cannot see the vision, because if you saw the vision and you knew it was going to come, there's no way you would eat that chocolate bar. If you know it's possible, there would be no way you'd eat that chocolate bar. And every time you give into comfort, when you have a challenge and you have a chance to become harder, to become closer to your purpose. So it's not all morbid. If every time you give in to the temptation of comfort, of cheating on your diet, not going to the gym, you move further away, you distance yourself from your purpose, and you blind yourself with your vision. That means every time these temptations come up and you do not fold under pressure, you stay steadfast in your purpose, you become more like the man who can, more like the man who has achieved his purpose, and you become closer. The distance towards your purpose shortens, and your vision becomes clearer. If you can rid yourself of all distractions, I don't mean distractions of your mind, I mean distractions from your purpose, the eating out, the not going to bed on time, the being ill-disciplined in the gym. If you can rid yourself of that, you will certainly achieve your purpose, because every time you become one step closer to the man who can, one step closer to the man who has already achieved your purpose, your vision will become clearer. You as a man will become more dangerous. Every time lust comes up and you don't wank, you store your masculine energy. You break the temptation and control of lust. You stop feeling empty. You feel purposeful, because you know what you're doing is going towards your purpose. You're not just chasing cheap dopamine or comfort. You're chasing something real, something that can make an impact. The reason you have been put on this earth. That is powerful. That is masculine. Let's get rid of compromise. And every time I say this, don't think I mean don't enjoy life. I mean let's get rid of compromise and compromising from your purpose. Let's get rid of that. Because where has the standard for men gone? The standard of men should be so high. We should all be disciplined. We should all be going towards our purpose, because that's what we were put here to do. The standard of men should be so high. We were called to be leaders. How can you lead someone else if you can't lead yourself? How can you lead someone else to lose weight if you can't lose weight yourself, because you keep eating that chocolate bar and choosing comfort over purpose? The standard of men should be so much higher. I myself would like to say that I've reached a level which is above average of discipline, purpose seeking, being true to myself, being true to God. And yet I'm nowhere near the vision I have for myself, for the man who can. Where has that standard gone? The standard should be so much higher. Don't allow yourself, don't allow your mates to give in to the compromise of not chasing your purpose. And again, I'm going to say it one more time. It does not mean not to enjoy life. But it means do not chase cheap dopamine. It means do not compromise on your morals. It means do not compromise on your purpose. Every time you compromise on your purpose, you're slowly killing a part of yourself. You're becoming weaker and weaker. Every time you go towards your purpose and you rid the temptations, you are going closer and closer to the man who can, the man who you should truly be, and true fulfillment. The standard of men should be so much higher. So, do not give in, do not confide in comfort, but confide in purpose, confide in the Lord, confide in doing what is right. Every time temptation comes in, that's a challenge for you, that's a chance for you to beat temptation, become stronger, and level up. God will not bless a man who is still trapped in sin. So you could be completely honest with yourself right now. What are the things that are stopping me, whether you're religious or not, what are the things that are stopping me from getting to my purpose that I keep on doing? Get rid of those then. You're not going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to fall back into these habits, but that's fine. As long as you know that it's wrong and you need to chase your vision. As long as you know what you did is to get you further away from your goal. God called you to be more. Don't be a coward who confides in comfort.